When it comes to the 3D printed Nerf space, it seems almost impossible to design something new and innovative, and that is because there is just a tremendous amount of designs coming out daily. And it's because of this reason why I'm so excited to announce today's blaster. Here we have a Nerf bolt action blaster that does something that no other 3D printed bolt action blaster does. Introducing the Smiley from Mighty Shrub. Now we have a lot to unpack with this blaster, so let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Starting off, we have to talk about this blaster's origin. We actually have quite a bit to talk about. So let's start in the beginning with Mr. Heathpants's, or MHP's, Renfield. Now on the channel, I did review the Renfield several years ago, and I was absolutely blown away by this blaster. I have to say, it's actually one of my favorite blasters. In fact, every time someone came to visit Flux Labs, I'd always put a Renfield in their hands because I'm like, you gotta check this out. Now the Renfield hits super hard and has a reliable and satisfying shell ejection feature. And it just so happens that Mr. Heathpants did some other revisions of it. And currently in works is the Mark III. And that's where this comes into play. So Mighty Shrub actually took the Mark III and remixed it into this blaster, the Smiley. Now, as you can quickly point out, we're missing the shells. But that's okay, because it traded the shell ejecting mechanism for something much better in many people's opinion. More about that later. So the Smiley is a small, compact, high capacity bolt action springer that is just a ton of fun to play with. And that brings me to how I acquired this blaster. I want to give a special thanks to Silver Fox Industries for printing and assembling this Smiley for me. As many of you are aware, Silver Fox does some amazing blaster builds. Their print quality is phenomenal, and their attention to detail on their products is just outstanding. Now, this blaster in particular was built to keep it within our local wars and games that we play, which is standard about 150 FPS. So this blaster is right under that number. Now, Silver Fox Industries was able to pull that off by using 17 coils of 7/8 spring and an 8-inch 509 barrel. And just to help improve accuracy a little bit, I did put my own worker P-car on the end. And with this current configuration, this blaster is a tack hammer. As you can see, getting tags with this thing at 50 to 70 feet is gonna be a breeze. And I haven't even experimented with the higher powered springs. The bolt action priming mechanism is super satisfying to use. And with the P-car on the end, we're well under 150 FPS. Here's some of the numbers I was getting with this blaster. If you haven't caught on by this point in the video, there is a Dart Zone Venom magazine sticking out of this thing. So yes, this blaster is compatible with the Worker Nightingale magazine. And yes, it is in fact compatible with both magazines with no issues. But I do have to mention I did have trouble with one thing, and that was the Worker Gen 3. I believe this is because the Worker Gen 3 is a little bit of a thicker dart. And inside the Smiley, we do have a somewhat brass breech type of pusher design in here. I was told by Mighty Shrub they did that because she didn't think that other pushers could actually maintain the skinny pusher design and still offer a good dependable breech. But upon further testing, we did find out that Silly Butts actually designed a brassless breech for the Smiley. And more information on that in a future video. We have a surprise planned for you all. And back to the dart compatibility, I did find that the Dart Zone Nitro dart works flawlessly in this current setup. And I'm not entirely sure as to why. I do know that the Nitro Shot dart does offer a lot less dart contact with the barrel as it fires through the blaster. Operation of this blaster is very easy, but it's worth noting I can tell the 3D printed bolt handle will not take a lot of abuse. Do know that there is a CNC'd variant that will be offered soon, but for now, if you print the bolt handle pretty solid, it should be fine. There is one trick that Icarus showed me where you want to put your finger on the back of the actual bolt assembly and hold the whole thing as you prime. This will take a lot of stress off of that bolt handle and hopefully help it last a little longer. Me personally, looking at this, I think this is a good candidate for just T-pole. I know that kind of moves away from the bolt action aesthetic, but if you're looking for a little bit more fast-paced, reliable operation of this blaster, I think a T-pull would be better. Not sure if anyone has designed a T-pull yet, but I don't think it'd be too hard to do. Now, I did do a little testing on the trigger pull of this blaster, and the numbers I got seem to be very similar to other 3D printed blaster designs. So nothing too crazy. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I wouldn't say it's the best trigger pull ever. The stock of this blaster is super sturdy. I can tell they printed this with some very thick walls and some decent infill. And it is worth noting, the stock can pull off really easily. All you have to do is take out these 3 screws here, the whole thing comes off, and I do believe there are some different back lower minimized stock options, and I think there is an actual filled stock you can print as well if you don't like the skeletonized design. The barrel is also extremely easy to service because it has a collet right here. Basically, you unscrew that and you can pull out the barrel. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have a shorter 8-inch barrel in here now, but you can actually change that depending on your spring load. One thing I absolutely love about this blaster is how easy it is to change out its spring. On the back here, we just have a 3D printed cotter key. You take that off, pull the pin out, and you can get access to the spring within seconds, allowing this blaster to be played in a wide variety of different FPS games. So now that we have a good understanding of the Smiley, what is it about this blaster in particular that offers something that no other 3D printed bolt action blaster offers in the hobby? And that is its compatibility with Nightingale mags. Truly amazing. I haven't seen this done anywhere else, and I gotta give a shout out to Mighty Shrub because she pulled this off, and I think it's just phenomenal. I also want to give a special thanks to Mr. Heath Pants for collaborating and working with Mighty Shrub to create just an amazing platform. And it is worth noting that there is a blaster from Darzone that is becoming extremely popular right now, and that is the Darzone Venom. And I don't know about you, but running a primary Smiley blaster with a secondary sidearm Venom sounds like a great idea. Let me know in the comment section if you think that'd be a cool loadout. Overall, I'm extremely happy with this blaster. Once again, thank you Silver Fox Industries for sending this in. If you are interested in picking up a Smiley blaster, I know these are on pre-order at Silver Fox Industries. They offer a ton of different combinations of springs and barrels. They'll even print and assemble it themselves, or you can buy some kits. And of course, I'll leave the affiliate link in the description. This is the official Silver Fox Industries DrFlux affiliate link, and every time you use it, we do get a little bit of money back to the channel, which helps tremendously to keep everything running. As always, I want to thank you for watching today's video. I'm DrFlux. Be safe and happy foam flinging.